Hey everybody, welcome to a lesson here at THSS Technology. Today we're going to add up quite a bit to our game here, and we're going to add a tile set, and we're going to make it so our towers can only be buildable on our tile set that we've created on certain tiles. So here's the current state of my game. I've changed a few things around. I've changed the tower graphics. I've added a custom enemy sprite, but let's go through the work now of adding our tile map in. So on our main node up here on the left, we're going to press Control A, and we're going to look for our tile map layer. We're not going to use the tile map anymore. That's been deprecated. We're going to be using the tile map layer going forward. So we're going to create, and I'm just going to rename this to map, but you're welcome to use whatever name you like. Over here on the left, we're going to go to tile set, and we're going to create a new tile set here. Okay, now we're going to click on the word tile set that we just created, and we're going to change the tile size. Now my tile size was set to 64. I'm not sure what you set yours to. If you have any questions, just feel free to come see me in class. We can help you with that. But I'm going to set my tile set to 64. Then down here at the bottom, and this new window that's opened up, remember Godot likes these context-sensitive windows. If I click on my tile map here, it's going to open this window up here at the bottom. I'm going to go to tile set, and I'm going to take my tile set graphic and drag it into this box here. Yes, we want to automatically create an atlas. We'll create some more space here. And what we have now is we have our tile map, which is good and ready to go. So we can go to the paint section, and we can actually just paint out a map real quick. Okay, so let's see here, tile map. Let's click on that tile. Let's do a box paint first. All right, looking good there. And then we can start to add some paths or what have you as we would here. So take that here, go back to our pencil. Oh, that's why. Silly me. I had the selection tool selected, not the pencil over there, so we go to the pencil tool. All right. Okay, I'm going to press Z to rotate my tiles, and let's just create a little path here for our enemies, which will eventually follow. Press Z to rotate, go up here, go up to the top, and a really straightforward first map there. Okay? Perfect. Okay, you can add more details to your map however you like. And now I'm going to click on this tile here because this is going to be my buildable tile. These are going to be the only places we're going to be allowed to build our towers. Okay, perfect. So that's looking good. Now let's talk about data layers. All right, so what's happening here is I'm wanting to identify certain areas on my tiles that are going to be marked as buildable. Okay, because right now, once again, if I go to play my game, my tile set's there. I mean, I can build on these things, but I can also build anywhere else I want. So we're going to want to change that up. So over here on the right with our tile map selected, we're going to go to custom data layers, and we're going to add one. Okay, so we're going to call this buildable. You're welcome to use any name you want, and I'm going to make it a bool. A bool is a coding just true or false statement. Either the area is buildable true or buildable false, buildable yes or buildable no. Okay, so we're going to set this to a bool, and then we're going to go back to our tile set. Okay, we're going to go to the paint section, and then we're going to paint our buildable layers. I'm going to select my buildable to on, and I can click on that tile now, and that tile will be marked as buildable. And I can click on other tiles if I want, and if I make a mistake, I can uncheck buildable, and we can fix those up there. All right, so we have marked our tile with a bool for buildable true, and now we'll be able to reference that inside of our main script here. So let's get started on our coding. Perfect. So we did a lot of stuff with our code recently. I know we spent a lot of time getting our grid working. Unfortunately, well, or fortunately, depending how you look at it, we don't need our grid anymore. So I'm going to get rid of all of this reference to our grid here. Let's get rid of tower position, and we'll just create that equals to world position for now. We're going to change all this up a little bit later. Okay, so now we've got rid of our grid. Now we're back into our code as it was. So first thing I need to do is I need to make a reference to our tile map. So I'm going to grab our tile map here, and I'm holding down left click. And while I'm holding down left click, I'm going to hold down the control key, and I'm going to drag that in. Okay, so it's made a ready variable called map, which is going to refer to our tile map. Okay, let's see, reference the tile map layer from the scene window. Okay, make sure you're commenting your code and getting into the habit of that. Okay. Now, looking down at our code, what we need to do is we're going to create, we don't need this right now. We'll be grabbing that later. We'll be instantiating ours later. Okay, we're going to create a situation where we can convert our world position, okay, which is our event position, into a map cell position, like a position on the map identified by cell. Okay, so we're going to create a variable, and let's just call it cell. You can call it whatever you want. And we're going to say that what that's going to be, it's going to say our map. And remember, our map is our tile map up there. Local to map, okay? And then it's going to get our world position, okay? So we've created a variable called cell right now. Get rid of those. We've created a variable called cell, and what it's going to do is grab our tile map. It's going to use a command called local to map, which is assigning its local position onto the map itself, specifically where the world position is. What's the world position? Well, that's our event position. What's the event position? That's our left, wherever we're clicking the left mouse button. I know it's layers upon layers here. You're going to want to add some comments into that. Okay. Now I need to get information about the tile that I'm actually clicking on. So we're going to create another variable, and I'm going to call this tile data. And that's going to be my map again, which is my tile map, right? And then we're going to do get cell tile data. And that's going to be based on the cell that we're clicking on. What's the cell? Well, the cell is where you are clicking on the map, and then it's converting that to a precise coordinate into this variable that's going to store the information here called tile data. Okay? So we can just say this one will get tile info about the clicked, call that the event cell, and then this one here, which this one I don't take it, like it converts the world position. Remember, the world position is the event position where you're clicking your mouse to a map cell position. Okay, good. All right, so now that we have this information here, we're going to go back to our friend and make another if statement. Okay, so we're going to say if tile data, which remember is this up here, if the tile data, and then we're going to get custom data. So that's that custom data layer we made, and we're going to search for buildable. Okay, so we're looking for that buildable custom data we created now. Okay, now we want this tower to appear in the center of the tile, so we're going to make another variable called cell center. Okay, or you can go RE if you want to go the Canadian spelling. And we're going to say grab our map, and we're going to say map to local, and then we're going to localize it on the cell, right? The cell is where you're actually clicking, remember. Okay, so this will just center the tower on the cell you click on. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll create a variable called tower, and this is all kind of a repeat now. And we're going to say the tower is the tower scene dot instantiate. Okay, so that's a bit of a review from before. Then we're going to create we're going to do the tower dot position. Okay, and the tower's dot position is going to be equal to the cell center. And then we are going to add child, and then we're going to add child of the tower itself. Okay, all right. That's looking good, and then what we're going to do one more, excuse that, we're going to make an else statement, and we might come back to this in much more detail later. We're going to create an else statement. This is going to say print you can't build here. Just because we might want to assign something that to it later, a tooltip that pops up or anything along those lines, and we'll kind of see if this works now. So let's just do a little bit of a test here. So I can't build here, but I can build on all of these spots. But I can't build anywhere else. It is not letting me, which is really cool. Excellent. Well, that adds quite a bit of functionality to our game there. Hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to come find me in the tech lab. All right, we will see you all later.